You're welcome to join in today's yoga practice. If it feels useful to you, your eyes can either be open or closed. For the sake of today's practice, I will be seated, but you are welcome to sit in a way that feels useful for your body. You may choose to begin today's practice seated in a chair, or perhaps seated on your mat, or possibly even standing. You may be unsure how you will begin today's practice. Feel free to take some time in order to figure out what your body needs in this present moment. This practice is time and space for you to meet your body however it is showing up today. Your pacing might look different than mine. You might choose to stay in a form longer than what is offered, or maybe you choose different movements than those offered in class altogether. This is your practice, and this is your opportunity to claim it in any way you see possible. When you're ready, maybe taking a moment to arrive in today's practice. If it is helpful to you, maybe noticing your natural breath. Perhaps breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. If you find it useful, you might sync your movement with your breath throughout the course of today's practice. If noticing your breath is not helpful for you, feel free to bring your awareness to your body. One way of bringing awareness to your body is through movement. You're welcome to shift from side to side or front to back. Maybe moving forwards and backwards, maybe moving side to side, moving or breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, maybe your movements turn a little bit circular in motion if that feels available to you. Perhaps this movement can be smaller or wider in range. You could shift in circles if that's useful to you, and you might also choose to move in both directions if you are circling. Circling or breathing and pausing in stillness for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eventually, when you are ready, we'll meet back at a neutral standing or seated form when you are ready. From here, I thought we could try shoulder circles. When you're ready, maybe moving your shoulders, and there are a few options with this form. Perhaps you start by bringing your shoulders up towards your ears and then sliding them down your spine to a neutral shape. Or maybe moving your shoulders in circles if it feels useful to you. Possibly pausing in stillness and remaining where you are, if that feels useful to you. Moving or pausing in stillness for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eventually, we will return to a neutral standing or seated form when ready. Maybe from here we could explore some shapes with your arms. If you'd like, you can lift your arms if that feels useful to you. While making shapes with your arms, you have a couple of choices. Lifting your arms in front of you, or lifting your arms to the side. You might not be sure which choice to make, therefore it might be useful for you to try both. Possibly lifting your arms up for a few breaths if that feels useful, or perhaps lifting and lowering your arms for a few breaths if that feels available to you. Or maybe you pause in stillness and notice. Maybe you pause in stillness, noticing what is going on in your body at this present moment. Moving or pausing in stillness for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Eventually, we will return to a neutral seated or standing form when you're ready. From here, I thought we could explore a forward fold. Feel free to bring your hands to your knees, or maybe your shins, or even to your feet if it is available to you. You might notice some sensation in your lower back, or perhaps maybe some sensation in the back of your legs. Maybe you notice sensation somewhere else in your body, or maybe you do not notice any sensation at this present moment. Folding or returning to a neutral position and pausing in stillness for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, we will return to and meet in a neutral seated or standing form when ready. And from here, I thought we could explore a twist. When you're ready, feel free to twist your body to one side by placing one of your arms behind you and then placing the other arm on your opposite knee. Perhaps you stay in a twist longer, or perhaps you return to a neutral position and pause in stillness. Twisting or pausing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If it feels useful to you, maybe twisting on the opposite side, or perhaps remaining in a neutral position and pausing in stillness. During this rotation, you may notice some sensation in your side body. You may notice some sensation in your rib cage or in your lower abdomen, or you may not notice any sensation at all. It is your choice to sit with this sensation or to coming out of the form and returning to a neutral position if it feels useful to you. Twisting or pausing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, we will return to a neutral seated or standing position when ready. And thank you for your time and participation.